Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
No. Y'all, just stop. This is a sham. Welcome to DBL. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Week's already flying by.
Tuesday.
I feel great, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm ready to start 2022. I feel like we're all in a good place. Even though COVID's still there, we know a little bit more. We're doing better.
And Tori's still dancing with
You're
no
doing
music?
very weird motions, and I'm trying to talk, and it's disconcerting.
I heard people said when I dance, I use too much shoulder.
They're right.
Okay.
What do they say when you dance to no music?
Let's get into this real news. All right. Tristan Thompson, the real, is coming clean and apologizing over his paternity drama. Tristan went on Instagram to publicly apologize to Khloe Kardashian, of course, after a test proved he was the father.
I was hoping you'd do that.
Yeah, I'm the one who put that in quotes.
Oh.
Of a child with another woman. Marilee Nichols filed a paternity lawsuit against Tristan after he claimed the son she gave birth to last month wasn't his. In a lengthy statement, Tristan said he took full responsibility for his actions and looked forward to amicably raising his son with Marilee. He also directly apologized to Khloe, saying, quote, you guys ready? You don't deserve the heartache and humiliation I've caused you. You don't deserve the way I've treated you over the years. I have the utmost respect and love for you, regardless of what you may think. That's a Hallmark card right there, huh?
Well, maybe not in all black, but yeah, I get it. From Darth Vader. Yeah, look.
What's going on, man? This is like, how many times has he cheated?
This is ridiculous. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me a baker's dozen.
Fool me thrice. There isn't even a saying for it. Khloe, run. Run away from this man. I'm not trying to be mean to this man, but pattern after pattern after pattern, you are way better than that.
Yeah,
way better. You're a catch.
It's hard. You know, I think about her and the heartbreak that she must have, and also the semi-gaslighting that he was doing to both of the women by saying that he was not the father, knowing that there was a good chance that he was. But also, I know it's going to sound weird, Tori, but I think about Tristan. And I listen to that response, and, you know, I think a lot of times people look at Khloe and they're like, oh, that's terrible, she has to deal with this. I look at Tristan, I'm like, I know you, dude. You got to walk around with this, and it's going to eat him up. Really? And I'm not saying feel sorry for him, but the money, the fame, the sports, it goes away, and it gets real quiet. And he's going to have to, when he's in that $100,000 car and that $5 million house, he's going to have to sit and be like, am I the person I thought my grandmother thought I was going to be, my mom thought I was going to be, my dad raising me to be? And the answer is going to be no. And I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry because
he did it to himself.
Because it's pathetic and it's sad.
True, their child?
Yes.
Yeah. How about True? Her father, like, always in the tabloids. She's growing up a way we can't even fathom, right? We can't even put that in our minds. But she's got to feel some sort of way, too, that when she gets of age and starts seeing this stuff about her father, that's not going to feel good for him either,
That's the thing. It's not. And when you're young and you're having fun and bottles are popping and DJ's playing and you're living this crazy life, there's going to be a point when you're 42 and you got a lot of gray in your beard and your daughter is bringing her phone like, what's this?
But isn't that his
That
fault?
is all his doing.
That's all his responsibility.
That's
no one forced him to do this.
Yeah.
So do I feel bad for him? No.
I'm not saying that you should. Like I'm saying it's pathetic. It's not sympathetic.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a really poor way to live your life, and especially it's almost worse that Khloe has continuously tried to accept him and re-accept him. And
you're right.
It's a lot to live.
There comes a day for all of us where you kind of sit back and look at your life. Hopefully you get that far and you're like, wow, I did some things I shouldn't have.
No redos. That's right.
All right, guys, speaking of apologies, Andy Cohen is feeling very sorry for bashing Ryan Seacrest on New Year's Eve. During the broadcast on CNN, Andy didn't mince words when he called the performers on an ABC competing show, quote, Ryan Seacrest's group of losers. Take a look.
The only thing that I regret saying, the only thing is that I slammed the ABC broadcast, and I really like Ryan Seacrest, and he's a great guy, and I really regret saying that, and I was just stupid and drunk and feeling it.
So Andy admitted on his Sirius XM show that he went too far. Have a listen.
Quite fetching tonight. Oh my God! I just started a fog machine. Ryan Seacrest group of losers that are performing behind us. I mean, with all due, if you've been watching ABC tonight, you've seen nothing. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
All right, so in 2022, stick to the prompter. And I'm like, wait, when I was reading, I'm like, I feel like we just saw that. But I'm like, Jeff, stick to the prompter.
Well, no, I think that's what Andy Cohen should have done.
We got those. No, I don't think so, Al. I don't think so. Listen, he's joking around. If I call Tori and her group of losers, you know I'm just joking. If you say that about me.
Not if you left and went into another network. That would be different.
I guess you're right.
That would be different.
I guess you're right. But it's all
here,
in
it's
jest.
fine.
It's all in jest,
That's
right?
your competition. That's your competition.
I hear you.
You know?
I hear you.
It came off a little weird because he then can double down on it. I watched the whole thing. And then some streamers went out and they covered Andy Cohen from ABC's broadcast. And he's like, what is this? A streamer from the stupid ABC section? And he's like, it's not even midnight. They have Journey. It's not Journey without Steve Perry. ABC sucks. And he just kind of like went on. And
What's wrong with a little like high school rivalry?
Dude, I watched the entire thing and loved it.
It makes it more entertaining.
I agree.
Instead of saying, hey, ABC, we love you. We see you. You're doing a great job over there. Hey, back to you.
That's a good point.
Real.
Well,
that's so Play-Doh. I'm sick of it.
It is play, but that's what corporations are. Sometimes you have to play the game.
I know.
I don't think the corporations are playing the game because they gave them a trough of liquor before this. The corporations knew what they were doing. There's no way that happened.
And he's been asked back again, by the way.
And it's because we're talking about it 2, 3, 4 days later because it was entertaining.
It was totally entertaining.
The only thing, and this is what I was saying, the only thing is through these ratings, at the end of the day, almost like the Tristan Thompson story, there's going to be a period where after this all goes away, I'll be like, oh, Jeff works for the CBS now. Oh, I called my friend a loser.
Right.
And that's the thing that I want to be friends with you after we're retired. And I don't know what their relationship is.
Friends. I think they're friends.
Oh, I think they are.
How would you feel if he called you a loser, if you knew Andy?
If I knew Andy and we were competing and I went to a different network and we were kind of like high school competing and I was like, have another beer, Andy and Cooper. That's funny. I like that high school rivalry as long as you're not crossing any lines racially, slurs, things like that.
Right.
Well, they were slurring.
They were slurring, right. But I mean, like, we're at a point where everything is so hypersensitive. And I don't know about you guys at home or you guys here. I'm so over it.
Right.
I'm so done sitting up here on eggshells. I'm joking around 99% of the time. And then people call your boss. It's insane.
Oh, we got to get to the Matt Damon story. But I want to know. I do. I do want to know. Like, I wonder if what Jeff is saying is that I'm so sick of walking on eggshells. Does this drunken telecast that they've done a couple of years now show that viewers are too? Because Don Lemon hasn't been canceled. He wasn't suspended.
Not even a talk about him being in trouble.
And maybe this is what the people want.
People have been. It's so crazy out there because people have been fired for things they said 30 years ago. Don Lemon. He said some things that were really inappropriate. If I said those on this show, sober, I would be fired. And we have to talk about that.
Different rules.
Absolutely.
It's different rules.
Like cancellation, and it's been that way forever, has always been selective, right? It's not like PC culture in the 90s. It's selective of who you get mad at. So it's not a perfect system. It's simply that I think in real life, Andy's friends with Ryan and felt really bad because I think that they do a ton of the same things together.
For sure.
So I think he genuinely, like you and me, he felt he went too far and had to be like, yo, sorry about that.
And we've done that
a million
times.
But
I think it's funny though.
I do
What I mean? But sometimes we go too far, and people at home might be like, hey, they're going a little too far. But that's between us. I'm like, Tori went too far. You too. We call each other on the phone. We text, and it's squashed. And it's not for the rest of the world. But people want to get in there. Then they want to chime in. Then they want to dig up this.
But they didn't do that here.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's the interesting thing. They didn't do all the things you just listed.
Al, I'm so confused. And this is like, you want to talk about what I talk about at home. I'm like, Jordan, to my wife, I don't know what's going on. People are jumping out of cakes hammered. And if I say something on the news, I get a call from my boss saying, don't say that. I'm like,
Don Lemon was like, lemon beads for girls who take their shirts off.
And everyone's like, yeah.
I know.
I'm like, listen, I like green apples a little more than red. Listen, tone it down with the green apples. Easy with the green apples. Coming up,
we don't see color with our apples.
No color.
That's right. Coming up on DBL, 2022 is in, and these phrases are out. We'll tell you these banished phrases for the new year.
Speaking of.
You can't speak of them anymore. But first, it's time for Fact or Fake News. Play along with us at home. We try to figure out which crazy headlines are real. Stay with us.
Closed captioning provided by
just letting you know all about that. Anytime. I just want to let you know. So if you guys know what these guys are doing right here, Lydia, these are called oil.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's an oil pad, and they take the oil. You could make money off of these guys as oil rigs.
Yeah,
that's what they're called.
Honestly.
Right? Oh, I triggered Jeffrey.
Yeah,
I'll get you powder. I'll show you how to do it too. Do you want to see? Okay.
I felt like it was extra.
Can you get me
shiny,
some?
I put so much.
No, because you're putting the wrong thing on. Oh, where is it?
Is there any on my desk?
No.
In the office.
Oh, okay. Jeff, can you bring that over here?
I mean, in the dressing room.
Oh.
Use the same brush
No.
on here and have people
Okay, no, but show them what you're doing. So this is Laura Mercier's translucent powder for guys or girls who want to not shine. It doesn't have any color, so it can be used for anyone. And you want to take like a big, round, fluffy brush
I'll get it
and then
done
go like
right.
this and then tap, 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 tap. You're going to see it fall. But what happens for some reason, this one powder, everyone here uses it. You go around mostly the T-zone, which is like literally a T right here. And that often becomes... Yeah, it is
Your T-zone is T, but it doesn't go all the way down past your
Some
lips.
people get shiny chins.
No, they don't. No one has a shiny
You're
chin.
incorrect, mansplain, but thanks so much. But mainly goes from here to here. I definitely use the translucent, and they come in a mini powder travel size, so it's a little bit cheaper. But guys, it's like gold. I really recommend it. And it doesn't come off cakey. It just looks like the shine is matted. So that's a really good thing. But don't you love when men tell women about makeup? And I was a makeup artist. Superstar.
You were a makeup artist? Sure. Welcome back to DBL. What common phrases make you cringe? For the last 46 years, Lake Superior State University, the critically acclaimed Michigan, has released an annual banished words list. It includes what they consider to be some of the most overused and misused phrases we shouldn't use in the new year. So here they are. This is a joke, right?
No.
What? All right, you be the judge. Number 10. Supply chain.
I agree. I'm annoyed with that.
Why? That's true, no?
But everybody blames everything, and they don't even know what the supply
like the
chain is, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I'm out of nail clippers." Supply chain.
Okay, number 9. You're on mute.
But that's real.
Yeah, like a Zoom. I think that's
fine.
I really don't understand my own life at this point. Number 8. New normal.
That sounds like a show on NBC.
Yeah.
For sure.
8 o'clock Fridays.
Yeah.
That actually does.
With Kyle Chandler.
Deep dive.
I'm going to do a deep dive. That's annoying. It's old. It's old.
Circle back.
That's in an email where, hey, can we circle back?
Office,
yeah.
Number 5 on the list, asking for a friend.
Okay.
That should have been canceled like 10 years ago.
Yeah, we all know it's you.
Number 4, that being said.
Just get to the point.
I like that one.
No, because if you say that being said, then you could follow up with whatever you want.
That's true.
Number 3, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's super annoying. Some people, that's their crutch phrase. They say that, look, Tori, at the end of the day, look, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
That's their wrap up.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, this one, no worries.
Hakuna Matata, you can't say anymore? I say no worries.
I don't know if you could say it right there.
Why?
You stumbled through that.
Oh.
No, I don't. I say
Means no
I actually say that.
No worries.
I always say
Some
no
people
worries.
hate it. I text it all the time because that's my way of saying like, oh, I forgot to bring your mic. Right. Oh, no worries.
So
we'll
why do
figure
people
it out.
hate that?
All right, well
let's
fight about
overused.
number 1 too. Okay, number 1. Wait, what? That's how I feel about this whole thing. Wait, what are these words? Wait, what are we talking about? How come like toxic masculinity isn't there? Right. Mansplain? Right. How come things like that aren't on there?
I don't know, and I have to be honest with you.
No worries. This is what people are.
I know.
Are all
it's overused.
Wearing their tinfoil hats and won't leave their house over.
It's I will
overused.
I use it. I
use it too. I think half of my texts are no worries because I don't want to text you back and like, hey, could you do this? Listen, no worries.
No worries. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm fine with. Maybe it's a generational thing, and the people below us
wait,
don't want.
What? You can't say that?
I don't know. Wait, what?
Now, what about?
That's number 1. People are so annoyed with wait.
Here's my thing, and this is I don't know where this comes from. Maybe I'm old, 44. I don't like when people text back K.
I know what you mean.
Text
I know
back,
what you mean.
okay.
I know what you mean.
If you spell it out, okay.
K
AY,
means
I'm
you're
like,
mad.
okay,
K
yeah.
is bad.
I'd be happy
K means
if that
you're
was
mad.
on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, K's not good.
K indicates you've done something wrong.
But and I don't really like misspelled.
Yeah.
Like I don't like just like the you are the you.
Sure. Like
it just kind of seems a little juvenile. I get that people are trying to text quickly, but if you text me back, Al, you're late, you are. I'm like, well, I can't do business with you.
Yeah.
Like
My
we
dad
can be
won't
friends,
hire you for sure.
But like it's very casual. I don't know if I like that. I think it's young people though.
I'd write back, no worries.
I write back KK.
Just don't put that other
That's
one.
right.
Yeah, don't put the other one.
Before we say anything stupid, we'll be right back.
That's very
Too
smart.
late.
Yeah.
Are you on Medicaid or Medicare?
The Biden administration is issuing a stark warning about the dangers of the Omicron variant.
If you're not fully vaccinated, you have good reason to be concerned.
At the same time, there are claims like these tweets sent to thousands of followers that Omicron only causes mild symptoms. So let's verify. Are Omicron symptoms always mild? Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the COVID-19 Advisory for Ontario, Canada. Many of the statements around the severity of Omicron are based on early data from South African researchers who first discovered Omicron last month, and the variant is just now starting to take hold in the U.S. However, the CDC says more data is needed to understand the severity of Omicron, especially in people who are fully vaccinated. The WHO agrees it's too early to make conclusions.
We do have initial reports that suggest that Omicron is less severe compared to Delta. However, if we have more cases mean more hospitalizations. And if a healthcare system is overburdened, people will die because they won't get the appropriate care that they need.
The WHO adds even if many cases are milder, as the early data suggests, Omicron is more transmissible than previous variants, and vaccines are less effective against it. This increases the odds it will affect someone who will struggle to recover.
We do know that people with Omicron can have the full spectrum of disease, everything from asymptomatic infection, mild infection, people needing hospitalization, and people have died from Omicron.
Canadian health officials agree.
That's not sniffles. That is hospitalization, which is a very serious health outcome.
So it's false that Omicron symptoms are always mild. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Come on. Whoa.
I like that.
Welcome back to DBL. The news is full of crazy, unbelievable. What if I just had a beep? That's what it needed right there, right? Headlines, and we're going through them all to find out which are facts and which are fake news. So let's get started. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We all know how to play. Drew Carey announces this will be the last year hosting The Price is Right. You are not giving up that cush job.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's got that kind of money where he's like, I just want to go get in an RV and drive around for 10 years.
I think he wants to do stand-up.
Did you hear something?
I think so, but I could be wrong.
Let's see the answer.
I'm going on all gut.
You're not giving up that. Dude, he works twice a week for like 3 months out of the year.
And it's you're living your childhood dream.
He doesn't work.
Are you saying his price is right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you,
all right. Okay.
Thank you.
You got the wrong answer. That's painful enough.
Can we hook something up where Tori's seat drops out whenever she gets just one wrong answer straight?
Only if we have cameras that see the tunnel that she falls into. Full of, what would be your most terrifying thing?
The whales.
Oh, whales down there. Okay. The W. The phone number featured in Don't Look Up's government PSA scene leads to a sex hotline.
Ooh, I don't know this.
I'm going to go here. But no, I don't think there's any sex hotlines left.
Let's see. Oh, that's true. Just go on the internet. Let's see the answer.
Who's using the phone to call a hot sex
Listen,
phone
there's
line?
a lot of crazy, insane people out there. Okay, Pete Davidson and Kim K decide to call it quits. We would have led with that.
We would have shouted
and
it
talked about it for the next 3 weeks.
And you know what, Jeff? Bigger than us, obviously, all getting this right. Let's go ahead and run it. I think we should get some props because we called this a month when people called us crazy.
Let's see the answer,
called this
and so we could shame Tori after.
Yeah.
Fake news, Tori. They're still on.
And you know what I heard? Kris Jenner is in love with him, like loves him.
I believe you owe sandwiches from last year.
I do owe you sandwiches. But
with an S and an S and an S.
Okay.
Like, you owe us like a dozen
I'll
sandwiches.
cater something.
No, I'm on a diet.
All right.
Okay. Ed Sheeran says South Park ruined his life. Huh.
I feel like Ed Sheeran doesn't take things that seriously.
I do.
I'm going to say whatever the episode was, he didn't realize how crazy that fan base is, and they've been harassing him about something, whatever.
All right,
doesn't care.
Let's see.
Yes.
Fact.
I'll take it. I'm telling you, like,
Listen.
I think when you're a celebrity and you do something and you don't realize, anything you do, there's a community that's going to get on you. So I don't know what the episode was, but like, if he did something with bees, the whole bee, that was a yellow jacket, not in.
What
I
if
can
the
see
Simpsons
how.
did something about you? It would be flattering, but also people just kept harping on it.
I'm sure I just thought Ed Sheeran would be water off a duck's back.
You were trying to think of an Ed Sheeran song, you couldn't, and that's what you came up with.
She yelled the oldest phrase.
Yes, ever. All right.
What is that song?
Let's have a milkshake. Daniel Craig says it was his idea to kill off Bond.
Absolutely. He would not. Nobody better talk about killing off James Bond. It lives on.
He didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So let's see what the answer is.
Am I like losing terribly? Yes!
Oh my goodness.
Huh.
Yes,
wow, this guy's got some.
He's got a thing against Bond, and Bond really helped him move up. But he's got a love-hate relationship with the spy.
But just don't do it.
I agree with you.
I don't understand.
There's a big history with James Bond. I've actually listened to it, like
Ian
with
Fleming,
people
of course.
that turned it down and people that did it, but then said they didn't want that to be their whole career. Like all the people that have played James Bond, it's changed the trajectory of their career
It's
for
who
good
you
or bad.
become.
Yeah.
Well, let's see who the first winner of 2022 is.
I think it's Jeff.
I
knew it. Sandwiches all around on tour.
Man.
Wait, if you are on a diet, and by the way, mazel tov on your win, what can I get you? Because I've thought about it
You're
a lot.
not going to get it.
A salad?
It's been over a year.
A salad? Sushi.
Oh, sushi's good.
You want sushi? I'll order it today.
I don't even like delivery people handing me the food.
Well, they don't
definitely
anymore,
want
Jeff. They put it on the ground. Yeah.
All right, we got to go. We'll be right back.
So rude.
Emotional consideration is brought to you by
across social media are sharing their tips and tricks to combat the effects of alcohol for those who may have drank a little bit too much. But like this tweet suggests, people claim that there's one cause of bad hangovers that we can't control: getting older. But is that true? Let's verify. We went to these sources for an answer. The liver is the main detoxifier in the body, and liver enzymes help us break down alcohol. Emmanuel Emenke, who studies internal medicine at UCLA Medical Center, says the older we get, the less efficient enzyme production is. So it takes longer for our bodies to sort through the effects of heavy drinking in comparison to when we were younger. So if a 25-year-old person and a 55-year-old person were to drink 3 margaritas with the same alcohol content at the same place, who would feel the sting more? Emenke says, more than likely, it would be the 55-year-old.
The reason being that the younger person has organs that are more efficient, has blood flow that is understandably faster and reaches more areas, and also has the ability to have his tissues, which are more sensitive, clear the toxin much faster than the older person.
But according to Jesus Chavarria, a researcher at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Toronto, there is no one-size-fits-all explanation to understanding hangovers.
We know that one of the biggest predictors of hangover isn't even the level of intoxication you are. It's the level of subjective intoxication. What some research has found is that no matter how much you drink, if you drink more than your usual amount, your likelihood of experiencing a hangover and the severity of it goes up.
He says studies on the impact and direct causes of hangovers are still developing, and more research is needed to draw conclusions. Melissa Majumdar, a registered dietitian and nutritionist based out of Atlanta, agrees that there are more factors at play than just age and liver metabolism, like proper sleep. Studies from Harvard University and the Mayo Clinic say dehydration also plays a big role. So we can verify the claim that hangovers get worse with age, well, it needs context. Age definitely plays a factor, but there are multiple reasons why people can feel hungover. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
How can you make your new workout routine stick according to science? Let's connect the dots. A massive study across 15 different universities looked at what it takes to make people who are already gym members actually go on a regular basis. And experts found the first step is to plan ahead. People were way more likely to work out if they set a date and time with their gym instead of just showing up whenever they felt like it. That strategy was even more effective when they were sent reminders. A gentle nudge via text or email made people way more likely to show up and start sweating, especially if they skipped their last workout. The study also found that a little reward goes a long way. Gyms that awarded points for working out or gave small cash rewards saw big spikes in attendance. But you may be asking, what if I work out at home? Experts say you still apply this method to reach your 2022 fitness goals. Just make sure to plan ahead, set reminders, and reward yourself when you follow through. And that's connecting the dots.
Welcome back. Before we go, we're going to get this last story in. Matt Damon is getting some heat online over his commercial for Crypto.com. In the ad, Matt likens some of the history's greatest achievements to buying cryptocurrency. Take a look.
As they peer over the edge, they calm their minds and steel their nerves with 4 simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
I thought, listen, we had this story in the morning meeting. I'm like, that's a cool commercial. I couldn't tell you what it was for.
I think it's the move to Mars.
I didn't know what it was for at all.
From the Martian. I got to be honest, that was weird.
Okay, listen, again, I'm going to harp on it all year, so get ready. What is going on with the world? Why are people offended by this?
I think they're just saying it's cringeworthy. Did you think it was? I didn't think it was cringy. You know what I think it is? It's appealing to the Joe Rogan demographic of young men that want to do something impossible.
Get in here because we're out of time.
Just real quick, I did think it was kind of cringy, not for anything that to be canceled, but he was like the greatest achievements of our time, Bitcoin. You don't put those two together.
But I didn't even know what it was for. But what's wrong with great achievements throughout history?
Because he's conflating that with cryptocurrency, so people are just like, it's a little cringy. Because the two aren't the same. Like an astronaut going to space and doing all that and buying a Bitcoin
but they're saying it's embarking on an adventure. We didn't know what we were doing when we first went to space, and we also don't know what crypto is, but we now know
but they're not the
that
same.
Great thing. It's not, but they're trying to conflate them because they want people to invest in crypto.
But that's what cringe is, what most people are feeling, are like, yo, that was really weird.
What do they want him to do? Just sit in front of a white wall and say, buy crypto?
I don't understand. Every tweet, every commercial, everything you need to take everyone's consideration throughout history and animals included.
That should be our show.
We'll see you tomorrow or not. I don't know.